Klassenunterschiede und soziale Benachteiligung gibt es überall auf der Welt. Mit dieser Thematik haben sich Jugendliche aus Hamburg und Chicago bei einem interkulturellen Medienprojekt auseinandergesetzt. Im Projekt Xchange haben sich die Jugendlichen gegenseitig besucht und dabei eine Dokumentation gedreht, die wir euch jetzt zeigen.
Die Partnerstädte Chicago und Hamburg arbeiten dann zusammen an einem Projekt
to create a documentary about classism.
We picked this topic because we saw that both in America and in Germany we have the same problems.
But it's easy to solve if we come together and learn that everybody is the same.
In the United States, we have a history and legacy that shows classism often partnered with racial discrimination. You clearly see the distribution of wealth and poverty related to race.
There's a discussion in Germany going out about elites. Once you're born into that group, who you associate with is very important.
I think there are lots of people in the trenches, a lot of people hidden, and I think it's important for us to recognize that there still is discrimination based on class and race and social status.
It is very hidden and people don't talk about it. But this is how class is reinventing and be reconstructed all the time.
Classism we're not allowed to talk about. It's too scary. We might have to look at ourselves.
Ich glaube, wenn wir als Menschen verändern wollen, wir müssen auch Politik machen. Und ich glaube, wenn wir unsere Meinung nicht sagen können, ja, oder wir wollen nicht, oder ist egal, Angst, keine Ahnung, wir werden noch länger diese Unterdrückung leben, ja. Und deswegen, wir müssen eine Politik erreichen, eine soziale Politik für alle und nicht für einige.
The way this country runs now is if you have any sort of privilege that you're born with, you tend to stay privileged. And if you're born less than privileged, you tend to stay that way. And just because somebody else happens to make $400,000 a year more than me doesn't mean that they have any more value than I do.
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me!
Our voices will be heard. We will get the 99% of people to wake up and realize what's going on in our country, to realize what's going on in our government, and be part of this beautiful movement that has so much potential to really create change, an ultimate change in the world, positive change for everybody in the world.
The best way for people to avoid judging others and putting people in categories based upon class is to get to know people who come from different backgrounds.
It's just people taking the initiative, getting out of that little box and just getting to know other people.
Now you don't see a paycheck or what side of neighborhood you come from, but you see a person, you see a human.
It's about your attitude, how you behave, what you do.
Indem man einfach eine eigene Meinung hat, indem man prüft, ob stimmt, was andere Menschen einem sagen, und vor allem indem man offen ist und offen ist auch für Neues.
Not judging people and not listening to the stereotypes and to give people a chance.
Jeder kann jeden akzeptieren und jeden unterstützen und nicht andere Leute einfach missachten.
Race and money shouldn't have to do with anything. We all found something in common. If we can do it, anybody can do it.
Hier ist der Zeitpunkt, dass man wirklich sagt, so, wir sind alle einesgleichen, wir sind alle Menschen und man sollte da wirklich nicht differenzieren.
We're not fancy lawyers that's going out there solving the problem. We're not doctors that's finding a cure. We're teenagers in high school that's going out setting an example for adults and youth that's saying that we're all equal, we're all the same.